All right, good evening, everybody. We're going to go ahead and move our meeting into open session here at 6:37 p.m. We'll begin with our roll call. We do have all board members present this evening. Report of action taken on closed session items. In closed session, the governing board took the following action to approve the stipulated expulsion agreement for student services case 06CO 2025-2026. The motion was made by Mrs. McGuire and seconded by Mrs. Flores, and the vote was 5-0. That will bring us to our Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Kim will introduce our guests.
Thank you, Dr. Aguilar. President Aguilar, it is my pleasure to introduce the proud principal of Washington Elementary, Ms. Elizabeth Jones, to introduce her guests.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Board President, Dr. Aguilar, and members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Kim, members of Cabinet, and members of the community. At Washington this year, our theme is One Team, One Purpose, and our staff really came together to select our fantastic honorees for tonight. So it's my distinct honor to start with introducing our flag salute leader for this evening, Araya Chang. Will you join me up here, please, Araya? Thank you. So Araya is a sixth grader. She's a sixth grade leader at Washington who truly embodies the heart of our campus. She is a student who is resilient, selfless, and very compassionate. She doesn't just reach for her own goals, she lifts others up while she's doing it. She's a gifted dancer and an athlete. She played on our March Madness basketball team in March. And beyond her talents, Araya, it's really her spirit and her personality that sets her apart. She has a wonderful flair for the dramatic, a fantastic sense of humor. It's absolutely infectious to others. So sometimes she's making her peers laugh or acting as a helping and helpful ally to someone in need. She really finds, this is what her teachers say, she finds the good in every day. Araya recently shared that her personal goal is to contribute love, a deep respect for others, and a strong sense of responsibility to our school. And so, Araya, we are so very proud of you and your character, the character that you demonstrate every day, and the joy you bring to Washington Elementary. So please join Araya Chang as she leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
So you're going to come right over in here in the middle.
You go, girl. Yeah. That's our girl.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our superstar student for Washington Elementary, sixth grader, Cash Vallejo. Cash has been a part of Washington family since his very first days in TK, all the way through sixth grade. And so staff say that watching him grow over the years into the leader that he is today has been a joy for our entire staff. When we look for a superstar, we look for a student who excels across the board, and Cash hits every mark. In the classroom, Cash is an academic powerhouse, particularly in math and reading. But what truly makes him a superstar isn't just his grades, it's his work ethic and integrity. Whether he is representing our students on the superintendent's student advisory council or participating in school-wide events, Cash leads by example. He is a force to be reckoned with on our basketball court as well, a key player in our March Madness team. He shines not only through his skill, but really through his sportsmanship, and that's what others say about him. He is the kind of teammate who treats others with respect. So Cash, your journey from TK to sixth grade at Washington has been an inspiration to us all, and you represent the very best of Washington Elementary. Please join me in celebrating our superstar student, Cash Vallejo. It's all right. And finally, it is my privilege to introduce our partner in education, Mrs. Amanda Spencer. So at Washington Elementary, we often talk about the partnership between home and school, but rarely do we see it so perfectly in a single individual. Mrs. Spencer is a devoted parent leader, a dedicated PTA member, and a skilled instructional professional all at once. She is the person who goes above and beyond to ensure our school isn't just a building, but a community. In fact, if our campus feels a bit like magic, it's because of Amanda. When I first met Mrs. Spencer, she joked, "Do you like decorating? Because I do." And over the years, I said, "Oh, I want to. Can I be on your team?" Over the years at Washington, she's transformed our courtyard, our multi-purpose room, cafeteria, so many spaces into vibrant places for our students. But what I love most is that she doesn't just do it alone. She includes others, her family, students, other colleagues, and staff members in this process. During our Read Across America festivities recently, you could see students working right alongside her, helping her with balloons and taking pride in their school. But her contribution goes far beyond aesthetics. If there is a school event like the Bubble Run or Trunk or Treat or our family picnic, you will see Mrs. Spencer there, camera in hand, expertly capturing memories. She then spends countless hours curating these moments into a yearbook that our families will cherish for a lifetime. Mrs. Spencer's superpower, though, is really her ability to connect with students on a personal level. As an instructional assistant, Mrs. Spencer supports our students with incredible patience and grace. She has created special handshakes with students that make them feel like the most important person in the room when they arrive. She knows exactly how to step in with comfort when a child is having a difficult day. She knows our kids. I've watched her turn a simple walk to the RSP room into a learning game, taking turns counting back and forth, 1, 2, 3, 4 with a kindergartner, just to make every single moment of that day special and supportive to students. Even comforting a third grader during a meltdown, or I've watched her walk our youngest students and scholars to their services, and she treats every interaction as an opportunity for academic and emotional growth. Thank you, Mrs. Spencer. Mrs. Spencer is a kind-hearted, dedicated partner, and her care for our Washington family is evident in everything that she touches. So please join me in honoring our partner in education, Mrs. Amanda Spencer.
I'm worried about you. Can you sing with me now? I need to go learn my social skills. No, I'm just gonna invite you. Family, family. Go on, Penny, smile. Go on.
Thank you, board, for this honor to celebrate the wonderful students and people in our community at Washington Elementary.
Great. Thank you very much. This brings us to our student representative report. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped one more. I thought we were delaying one thing. Okay. Are they ready?
We can definitely do wrestling and girls soccer and that.
Oh, they're here? They made it? Okay, excellent. Okay, great. Well, then that means everyone's here and we can continue as scheduled here. Next, we have some recognition of our winter varsity athletic accomplishments. Dr. Kim.
All right, it's my pleasure to bring up, I think I saw her, there she is, Dr. Robin Perez, our proud principal at Charter Oak High School, along with our esteemed athletic director, Mr. Dominic Farrar, and we have some very special recognitions for tonight. Dr. Perez.
Thank you. One of my favorite times. We get to celebrate our wonderful students. We have quite a group out here, so we're going to trade off. I'm going to actually start with Zoe Chavez, if you'll come on up. So we are proudly recognizing Zoe Chavez tonight for her outstanding achievement as a CIF Masters qualifier in wrestling. And this is one of the highest accomplishments you can get in wrestling. Her success reflects tremendous discipline, resilience, hard work, dedication to her sport and to her academics. Under the leadership of her coach, Hernan Chavez, Zoe's built an impressive high school record. 90.46 is currently ranked 11th in her weight class in the state of California. During the 25-26 season, Zoe earned several notable honors, including CIF Ford Masters semifinalist, 5th place at the CIF Southern Section Girls Individual Championships, and 3rd place at the Valley Vista League Finals. In addition to these recent accomplishments, just to recognize her overall, she is a 3-letter athlete, lettering in flag football, track, and tennis during her time at Charter Oak High School. We're so proud. She is truly what Charter Oak is all about, and we just celebrate her here tonight. So congratulations, Zoe. Great work.
Zoe, smile, Zoe. Thank you, Zoe. Zoe! Shut up, Zoe. Smile.
Ready?
Good evening. I'm here to recognize 2 of our winter sports on behalf of our administration and staff. Tonight, we're proud to recognize our competition cheer team for they had both an outstanding and historic season. The team earned the distinction of the CIF Southern Section Division 3A runner-up. Led by Coach Ashley and Coach Delgs. They demonstrated exceptional discipline, execution, and teamwork against top-level competition. Building on that success, they went on to achieve something truly special by becoming USA national champions. And I can attest this accomplishment reflects countless hours of dedication, resilience, and a commitment to excellence that represents our school at the highest level. We're incredibly proud of these student athletes and young ladies and their coaches for the standard that they've set for our program and in the community now and in the future. So on behalf of every one of us, we'd like to congratulate our competitive cheer team. One more. Our cheer team literally has the bus driver waiting for them. They were dropped off right here. They came straight from their stunt competition. So they're going to go get back on the bus and recover. Okay, without further ado, last but definitely not least, I want to honor and recognize our girls soccer team for an incredible milestone season. And the reason why I say milestone is because literally after 26 years, the program captured the Valley Vista League Championship, marking a defining moment for our athletes, coaches, led by Coach Erica, Coach Pablo, and Coach Chavez, and our entire school community. This achievement reflects years of persistence, growth, and a belief in the process. Our student athletes displayed consistently their toughness and their sisterhood throughout the season. And I can tell you firsthand, I watched their grit constantly show through everything they competed in. This championship will be remembered for years to come. And I think this senior group being a special group, they've absolutely left a legacy. We are proud to celebrate their success and their lasting impact that they've made on our program. And we know that they have a very bright future ahead of them. So on behalf of every one of us, we want to congratulate our league champs, girls soccer team. Right?
All right, wonderful job from all of our recognees today. That was awesome. Let's move on to our student representative report, and I'll pass it over to Ms. Suarez.
Good afternoon, Board of Trustees. I'm going to be talking about Washington Elementary first. Washington Elementary recently wrapped up an incredible March Madness basketball tournament that was about much more than just the final score. Under the guidance of dedicated volunteer coaches, students spent weeks practicing not just on their jump shots, but their integrity and sportsmanship. The coaches emphasized and representing Washington means having strong character both in practice and under the pressure of competition. Each game was a true community celebration. The stands were filled with families and staff supporting Washington school colors of red and black, waving pom-poms and signs to cheer on their athletes. It was a powerful display of the pride and unity that defines the Washington school family. Celebrating excellence. Beyond the basketball court, Washington Elementary recognized the whole child through monthly flag ceremonies. These events highlight students who go above and beyond in their academic goals and social emotional growth. Washington is proud to see their students from the youngest TK learners to sixth grade leaders stepping up as models of Bulldog excellence. By celebrating these milestones with parents and partners, Washington is fostering a school environment where students feel seen, supported, and motivated to reach their full potential. For Sunflower students, Wednesdays at Arrows, during our Wednesdays wellness classes, we have been doing school-wide wellness synergy activities in the cafeteria. We have been doing fun group activities that promote teamwork and social interactions. A recent Arrows student survey indicated that students wanted more social interaction with peers so they could have more friends. By doing these activities, staff is helping students acknowledge this issue. Our art showcase. This event was a huge success. Food was sold, a raffle was done, and students got ribbons for their art pieces at the showcase. We had live performances, talent shows during the showcase where students were show off their talents. 5 families won raffle baskets for their students. We also honored a staff member we lost this year. Miss Kiana, our custodian, and her mother came to see the pieces that students made in honor of her daughter. One of the pieces was an ofrenda, and she got to take it home. Thank you, Dr. Kim and Dr. Aguilar, for attending this special event for our Sunflower community. The extravaganza. Sorry, let me catch my breath. The Friday before spring break, we had an Arrow Easter extravaganza. This was super fun, and all of our students participated. Cinco de Mayo. Sorry, can I catch my breath real quick? Sorry. The Cinco de Mayo barbecue. We have a Cinco de Mayo barbecue coming up. I hope to see you all there. We are serving street taco plates, drinks, and desserts. There will be a raffle too. All students who finish state testing will receive all food items for free. State testing is happening now, so this will be a great way to celebrate the end of it. Our field trip. Our last school-wide field trip happened on Friday, April 10th. We went to the Mummy exhibit, and we had a lot of fun. Our seniors are going to Disney for grad night on May 15th. The last year's trip was a big success, so students are looking forward to it this year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Suarez. That will bring us to our ROP report. Mr. Rose, if you'd be ready for the ROP report.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. President. As you noted on the screen, I took some pictures of students in ROP programs that occurred when in the middle of February, I joined the tour revisiting 3 high schools, Glendora High, Bowen Park, and Azusa, visiting different programs. The ROP, so if you look on the first slide, it shows on from left to right, and this is a drones program at Bowen Park. And the next one is aviation program, my favorite. Aviation program, that's in Glendora. And the next one is the computer program at Glendora. Auto shop, that's in Bowen Park. And then there's the top pictures, in the top and bottom are printing with the clothes there, selling it, and that's from Azusa. And the rest of the pictures show the different nursing program and 2 different high schools, one at Bowen Park and one at Glendora, showing, this program is very popular in those 2 high schools. And on the very left is a picture of the student learning in binding label bones. It's a high-tech machine, and it's about 50 foot long, and it touch screens. It shows the whole skeleton, and the student will be able to touch each bone and identify what it is. And they provide, once you touch it, they provide correct answer. And it covers on bone, muscles, and body organs. And I was told that they were very fortunate to have that machine, because not many high schools have that machine. Very unique machine. I was very impressed with that type of technology provided for students. The middle showing the passing finding a vein, withdraw blood. They passing that. But they don't actually do on a person. I wonder what happened to the other pictures. Maybe I didn't have it up there, but they show a fake arm and they practice poking and may be able to practice drawing blood and the kind of liquid in there, and they kind of draw out the liquid and they just practice with that skills. But this is show that they're passionate finding fame on the real human beings through big passes. That's a good skill to learn. And the last one, the picture showed that the students learn how do you take care of the patient, check vital signs, and they check out, withdraw blood, and etc. So these programs are very popular in high school. Students love them, and they're very enthusiastic about learning. And all the programs that we provide each Gabriel Valley ROP. It's very enchanted. Students very enchanted. Students really want to be involved in a career, and they're hoping that when they get out, they have a certificate and then into community college to learn more beyond that. But overall, the future, the tour I went on was very good. I was very pleased, and we had, I think, about 6 board members went on the tour, including myself, went on the tour together with a couple of superintendents. It's just about maybe total group, about 15 people who were on the tour, 53 sites. So it's a very exciting moment for all the students, and I want to thank the board for supporting the ROP program. It's a great program. I appreciate Ms. Ford has been on the board in the past. Appreciate her time advocating for students in the career. All right, back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rose. That'll bring us to our superintendent report. Dr. Kim.
All right, thank you, Dr. Aguilar. I do want to applaud all of our staff, our teachers, our certificated staff, our classified staff. They came back from spring break and just hit the ground running. We are in the phase I often refer to as a sprint towards the finish line, and looking forward to the end of the year festivities that happen. While we're getting there, we also know how important it is that is also recognizing its assessment season, testing season. And just incredible work all of our teachers have done in preparing our kids to demonstrate what they know and what they've learned through these assessments. So we're proud of our kids. We're looking forward to seeing their results and using those results to help inform our instructional practices in the future. I just want to applaud all the various performing arts programs in our school district. In as much as we get to celebrate all the great work that's happening here with our athletics, our performing arts and what they're accomplishing both here as well as out of state is remarkable. We had our choir program return back from Carnegie Hall in New York right before the spring break and through, and just perform incredibly at the festival out there in Carnegie Hall. If you haven't seen SpongeBob the musical, it is fantastic. It's remarkable what our high school program can accomplish and what our students are able to do. And we already know how all the accomplishments from our Charter Oak Marching Regiment and them being state recognized and champions. And so I just want to echo the thoughts. Ms. Pedrogi often says this in her audience announcements about how we're a small school district. We are a publicly funded school district, yet we do remarkable work in creating incredible experiences for our students, free of charge. And so I applaud all the work they're doing. I just want to thank them for their tireless work for our students and ultimately our students who are demonstrating and expressing their voice on stage or in the field. Congrats to Dr. Matt Simok. He has been recognized as the CIF Southern Section Male Athletic Trainer of the Year. It is one of hundreds of high schools in the Southern Section. He is a lone recipient of this award. And so remarkable for the work he does. Speaking of CTE pathways, one of those pathways exists in our school, funded through RP, supported through RP, but also a dually enrolled class through Mount SAC. In addition to that, he is a nationally recognized sports medicine competitive program. And that's just part of his responsibilities. His full day responsibilities is to support every single one of our athletes on our campus. And I sometimes wonder when he actually goes to sleep because he's here from morning through night. So congratulations to Dr. Simok. I look forward to, I know he's going to be celebrating his accomplishments at Angel Stadium next week, and I'm looking forward to bringing him to the board's attention as a potential recognition in the future as well. Just one last news for this board. I'm going to be heading up to Sacramento early next week as part of my responsibility in making sure our state legislators hear about the needs in our local community. And so my intention is working through AXA, is spending time with our local legislators, advocating for full funding here in Charter Oak Unified, along with all other public organizations, public school organizations, as well as raising our levels of needs and expressing how we have not been fully funded for our special education needs, and raising that as a level of concern, and also streamlining accountability up and down the state to make sure that we are not drowned in compliance, but really focusing in on meaningful activities that lead to student improvement. So I look forward to that and look forward to sharing out the outcomes from there. And one last piece of note, there's a 10-year-old at home, my 4th grader, who is celebrating her 10th birthday. Happy birthday, Charlie, in case you're watching this live. So with that, we'll turn it over to Dr. Aguilar.
Wonderful, and a happy birthday to her from all of us. Thank you, Dr. Kim. That will bring us to our public comments. Do we have any cards this evening? No cards this evening. All right. Well, then that will bring us to the discussion portion of our agenda. And we have here an item on new board policy 5131.8, mobile communication devices. Dr. Kim, would you provide us a little bit of context here?
Yeah, I'm going to ask Mr. Joey Sarkula, our Director of Student Services, to provide some context and background that will help promote discussion with this board. Mr. Sarkula, please.
While you're in Sacramento, enrollment-based funding, Dr. Kim. Just want to plug in there for that. Yes. Thank you. Great seeing everybody. Phone-Free School Act was passed and written into law September 2024, but in all reality, it's kind of a misconception because it's really not a phone-free school act. The law really admits going from permitting to now requiring districts and LEAs to ultimately adopt a board policy in regards to mobile communication devices. So some misconceptions out there are that the state has banned all phones in all schools, students can't have phones on campus, parents don't have access to their students. In all reality, none of those are 100% accurate, but if you look back to 2019, the state did permit under AB 272 to allow schools to have some discretion to implement some policy. So we as a district actually, TK all the way through 12th grade have had current policies in place since 2019, not a board policy, but policies on our sites. A lot of them are called electronic use policy or acceptable use policy. So when this law came out that by July 2026, we had to have a board policy, it really allowed us time to reflect, revise, and kind of analyze our current policies and put the ones in place that you see in front of you for initial first reading of our mobile communication device. So if you look at the policy itself, it's broken down into 3 separate grade spans. You have students in grades TK through 6, students in grades 7 and 8, and students in grades 9 through 12. So there's different nuances at each grade span level that meets the needs of that particular age group. And each particular school site has their policy in place that actually can be more restrictive than the current board policy that we're reading here. One thing really of note that is in the Assembly Bill 3216, at the bottom of the policy, it talks about kind of the 4 different areas that a student is not prohibited to use their cell phone. First and foremost, in case of an emergency, the student definitely have right and access to contact parent or guardian. When a teacher or administrator gives them permission to utilize that particular mobile communication device, licensed physician, surgeon, doctor's note allowing the student to carry and use the mobile communication device, and then fourthly, through a student's IEP. So those 4 areas actually are written into the Assembly Bill that all board policies will be adopted for. Questions?
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Strykula. Do we have any questions from the board? Discussion? Go ahead, Mr. Peterson.
Joey, can you get into, I know most of the communication devices are about phones, but what about watches?
Great question. So the mobile communication device term itself does include like smartwatches. So that is a great point that we actually had to have language in there at the secondary level, 7 through 12, that do allow our students to wear smart watches, but they cannot use them for any type of texting, calling, internet use, more just from tracking, data, timekeeping standpoint. But our policy does not prohibit a student grade 7 through 12 from wearing a smartwatch. Good question.
Mr. Rose.
I have a question. If a student violates the board policy in Fort Stanford High School, they violated board policy by using the phone in class, what are the consequences?
Yeah.
Even though it's not mentioned here, I'm just curious.
Yeah, good question. So like all of our different sites have a discipline matrix or corrective actions when some type of school rule is violated. So each site would follow that school rule, that first offense, that second offense, depending on the grade level, and appropriate corrections would be assigned to that student.
So each two sites have different ways to approach, different ways to handle disciplinary actions.
Yeah, depending on age level, what's appropriate for that corrective action when they violate really any school policy or ed code violation.
Could you give maybe some examples of how a site might particularly choose to enforce that?
Yeah, first one would be, to have the student put it away, right? So you do that corrective action, put it away, please, put in your backpack if you have it out. Counseling, right? If it's an ongoing issue, could be counseling. The phone can be confiscated if it's an ongoing issue. A parent conference, they can call the parent in. If they're using it, for inappropriate action and videotaping, things of that nature, now you're talking ed code violations where it could be a suspendable offense, detention, Saturday school, things of that nature.
Great, thank you. Mr. Rose, you have more?
Yeah, I just want to clarify under this policy where it says on the bottom, it said, quote, however, a student shall not be prohibited from possessing or using a mobile communication device under any of the following circumstances. I want to talk about number 2. When a teacher or administrator grants permission to the student to possess or use the mobile communication devices, subject to any reasonable limitation imposed by that teacher or administrator. That at the high school level, that's up to the teacher to decide when the student can use his phone.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, so a teacher does have the discretion, depending on what they're doing in their class, if they feel using that smartphone for that particular lesson or activity to be appropriate. This policy does give teacher and or administrator the discretion to allow student to use that.
I see that here. I was curious at a high school level where the teacher say a student wants to use it for history lesson, and I'll be saying like a topic on Civil War. The teachers they may use the phone to do some research, right? But would it be good for the teacher to ask the student to use a laptop instead of the phone? Right, a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, you would think, right, the Chromebook could be utilized for any type of research that the students are doing. Also keep in mind, those 4 points actually are part of the assembly bill, so we don't have an option not to abide by those 4. So that is part of the law that's put into all board policies under mobile communication devices. But to your questions, yeah, I guess in that scenario, a teacher probably more apt to use a Chromebook to do some type of research than their phone.
Yeah. I should shut the thought.
Yeah, for sure.
Great, thank you, Mr. Rose. Additional questions or comments? I had a comment, or maybe just a question or something for us to discuss as a board. I'm wondering, as I read through the policy, obviously this is language to help guide the use of mobile devices in the classroom. I'm wondering to what extent we want to be able to try to loop in or include parents in terms of whether the district provides some type of communication or best practices around mobile device usage for students, kind of give some guidance to parents as well. Would you guys be interested in maybe including some language that indicates that the district would provide such type of guidance to parents as well?
Great question. In fact, so the heavy hitting right now was to get the policy implemented. Our plan moving forward, that now some of the more heavy lift that needs to take place is the educational piece. Parent nights, assemblies. So we currently do have some assemblies that we do at the primary levels. We have second step character strong SEL curriculum that we use. But definitely to your point, now is how are we going to be proactive? How are we going to educate our students, our families, family engagement nights, inviting families, online modules, talking about appropriate use of technology, smartphones and social media and the pros and cons and all the different areas can go down. So to your point, could not agree with you more. That is the full intention of our next steps, is to have ongoing proactive PDs and parent involvement and family engagement nights to educate not just our kids, but our families as well. Yes,
Right, because the
absolutely.
parents are going to be invaluable partners in
Absolutely.
encouraging the correct and appropriate usage of devices.
Yeah, and if I may share, so Royal Oak Middle School, if I can use them for example, the feedback we've gotten is, one, they've done a really good job of implementing this policy and making sure the kids' phones are turned off during the day, at break and at lunch. They can have it on before and after school. In fact, they've gotten some feedback from parents saying that they felt this is so effective when their students are coming home, they're actually showing less screen time and they're actually going out and playing outside and riding a bike, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great feedback. Yeah.
If I may, one of the things that we've discussed as a team here, as cabinet, is really focusing on not just cell phone use, but also limiting or educating students about the potential dangers of social media or excessive social media use. And so we've been doing a lot of discussion around that. And again, the goal being, how do we educate our students? How do we educate our parents as well? So we're going to be brainstorming on what might be effective communication that we can deliver on that.
Right, yeah. I almost wonder if that might even include kind of instructional sheets, for example, for common types of devices, whether they be Android or iPhone or whatever the device might be, to kind of even be a step-by-step of, should a parent choose to enact certain parental controls, here's how you can do that, you know, in a way that if you were to choose
I like
to do
that idea,
something.
yeah. And then within the board policy, we have to revisit within 5 years because we know technology is changing and it's going to be, you know, policy about kids bringing the robots to schools, you know, so, yeah. But yeah, I really like that idea, actually, the Android, yeah, that's true. I'm an Android guy, so, for the record, user-friendly, yeah. Can we write that policy, no iPhones on here, yeah?
All right. Well, seeing no additional discussion, thank you very much, Mr. Strikula, for your presentation. This will bring us to our action items for the evening. First, I'd like to ask for a motion to bring our new course outlines to the table.
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Flores, second by Mr. Peterson. Great. Do we have any questions or comments from the board? Okay, seeing no discussion, we'll go ahead and call for the vote. We'll begin with Mr. Rose. Oh, sorry. Yeah, can we include Ms. Suarez in this? Okay, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and begin with Ms. Suarez.
I'm sorry, could you say what the vote was for?
Just voting for the approval of new course outlines for Charter Oak High School.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Suarez. Mr. Rose?
Aye.
Yes. Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGuire?
Yes.
Mrs. Flores?
Yes.
And I am also a yes. That will pass with 5-0 with our student representative in the affirmative as well. That brings us to our superintendent action item. Do we have a motion to bring a resolution ordering a Board of Trustees election this November? Moved by Mr. Peterson, sorry you had the hand up, but seconded by Mrs. McGuire? Great. Okay. And do we have any discussion or questions from the board? All right, wonderful. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and ask for the vote, and we'll begin with Ms. Suarez.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGuire?
Yes.
Mrs. Flores?
Yes.
And I am also a yes. That will pass 5-0. We'll look forward to that in November. Great. And that brings us to our consent calendar. Do we have items on the calendar that any board member would like to pull? Mr. Rose?
I'd like to pull 3. Okay, educational service B, let it be 7.
B7, okay.
Is the contract, okay, the BMX freestyle team 13,
Okay. B13.
which is a Lewis event, and 15 purple easel.
Okay. B13 and B15 as well. Additional items? I'm going to also go ahead and pull item D2 from the consent calendar. All right, seeing no other items to be pulled, can we have a motion to approve the consent calendar with the exceptions of item B7, B13, B15, and D2? Moved by Mr. Peterson. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Rose. We'll go ahead and call for the vote on this. Ms. Suarez?
Yes.
Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGuire?
Yes.
Mrs. Flores?
Yes.
And I'm also a yes. The consent calendar, with the exception of items B7, B13, B15, D2, will pass. And that now brings us to the first of our pulled items. Do we have a motion for item on the consent calendar B7? Moved by Mrs. McGuire. Do we
I'll
have a
second.
second? Second by Mr. Rose. All right. Any discussion?
Yes, I just want to talk about Exhibit B, which is the cost of service and method of payments. For that MBX freestyle team for Badillo and another school.
Yeah, Willow and Badillo.
Badillo, right. At the cost, is a one-time fee for $1,875. Pay via PO.
Purchase order.
Oh, okay. Personal order from what?
For the services that they provide for the students, the assembly.
Okay, I've talked to Dr. Kim about it. We talked about it, why I have an issue with when they pay, how it's being paid and where it's from, the fund from the last meeting. And here we go again. I just wanted to talk to the rest of the board and see whether they're okay with the way it was written here. And the way it's written there, and whether it should be specified where the money's coming from to pay for this kind of activities. I just want to hear from the rest of the board and see what they have to say about this. And by the way, it's not the only item that I have an issue with. I have two other ones that we could talk about. But I want to hear from the board.
Okay.
So a purchase order is kind of like a check. That's how the payments are made from the district. It's not initials. It means purchase order, so it's like a check.
But in this case, I think we're curious about the fund from which the monies are being spent. So maybe Dr. Mustafa or Dr. Kim, if you could provide some additional context.
That's what I'm asking. I appreciate you letting me know.
Okay,
I just want to know where did it come from?
Got it.
So if I may clarify, the language here, on the exhibit, it says should have been properly one-time fee. One-time fee of $1,875 paid via purchase order. Purchase order is just a procurement process that we are legally required to follow. And so we submit a purchase order based on an invoice received. Then the purchase order then prescribes through various steps that goes through checks and balances and approvals through our business office, our educational services office, and ultimately signs off on by the CBO and myself, right? And so any purchase order has to have the specific budget account by which it will be paid from. So all types of services need to have, and we cite that in the actual board action item that you guys take on those funds that it's received from. So in this case, these funds are going to be received from donation funds. And at Badillo Elementary, they have a local donation account of which they've accrued over time a specified amount to be used for the purposes of benefiting students. Donations are received through a specific action by the school board. In fact, in this agenda, we have under consent donations that you guys have received from various organizations. Unless specified by the person or the organization on what the donations will be used for, it is granted as a permissive use by the actual location, whether it's a school site or educational services. And so in this case, the school is utilizing their permissive or allowable use of donation funds to host this activity at BMX Freestyle Team as an assembly for kids as an incentive for, I believe, work done from their CASP testing, right, as an incentive. So that's kind of in short, or maybe in long, an explanation of those steps.
So to kind of follow up a little bit, Dr. Kim, so throughout the course of a year, a person or entity may choose to donate funds to a particular site. So let's say if I were to say I'd like to donate a certain amount of money to, in this case, Badillo or Willow Elementary, if I don't specify what the funds are for, if I simply say I'd like to donate this amount, then that amount goes into a fund that is going to be utilized at the discretion of the site. So now they have the funds available that a donor has provided, but they can choose however which way they would like to spend it, obviously for the use towards the children's experience.
And that's correct. And it's utilized at the discretion of the school, and unused funds are carried over to ensuing years. So it is not that is not a fund that we can take over.
Right. It would be a version of a restricted fund.
Correct.
That can only be utilized in that way.
Correct.
And if a school site doesn't use those funds, they can carry over indefinitely?
That's correct.
Okay.
And for that funding, it's a critical component that we are able to track how we're spending our money, right? So it's a tracking mechanism, so to speak, for the various schools.
That's correct. We don't pass out cash. We don't have local checks. The procurement process, as defined in that purchase order, is so that we have accountability through that process.
Okay, I have no problem with supporting this program. I just want to make sure each board member is comfortable with the way it's written, because it says one-time fee of $1,875 fee a person order, and that was it. I just want to know you're all comfortable with the way it's written. Mm-hmm. My idea was I want to know specifically where it's from. So I have an idea, our responsibility to oversee the district. And we want to make sure that the money goes to the correct program, especially from donor who has made wishes to donate for specific activity at the school site. I just want to make sure it's followed through. That's all.
And
I don't know if the board is comfortable with this.
Right. Dr. Kim, I think, so a purchase order would have a record essentially of specifically which fund those particular monies are being pulled from.
That's correct. And purchase order, again, are also items that this board takes action on. Right, month by month, we produce purchase orders from various budget strings for various activities that support our students.
They also have specified strands. Is that what the terminology is?
Locally, I call it budget strings, but there probably is a more appropriate terminology for it.
But it's specified on
account strings, or
where it's coming from.
Correct.
So there's once again that tracking mechanism.
Correct.
And so if one were to verify that a specific fund were utilized, we could cross-reference the purchase order number with the approval of the purchase orders that also show up on the board agendas to be able to identify which funds.
Absolutely, and our staff does that from time to time as just accountability measures to make sure that they're appropriately entered by the person that is submitting that purchase order, that it goes through a routing system, again, for approvals. Any one person can't request something. It has to be approved by multiple people that vet through to make sure that it is an allowable expense, it's the appropriate account, and that it fits the match or matches the goals for which it's set out for.
And this accounting would also be a part of the annual audits that would occur of the entire budget?
That is correct.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Rose. With no further discussion, we can call for the vote to approve item B7 on the consent calendar. We'll begin with Ms. Suarez.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, did we have one more comment? I apologize, Mr. Peterson.
I think we even said he had the same content for all three, so maybe we can put all three together.
Well, we do have each item pulled separately, so we're going to have to still make the motion for each one. So that was a yes, Ms. Suarez? Thank you. Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGuire?
Yes.
Mrs. Flores?
Yes.
And I am also a yes. That item B7 will pass 5-0 with our student representative joining us. That brings us to item B13. Do we have a motion to bring, moved by Mr. Peterson? Do we have a second? Seconded by Mrs. McGuire. And do we have discussion on item B13, which is our contract, let me verify, with Lewis Events?
Yes,
Mr.
I have a question regarding the cost here. On the cover sheet, under financial impact, it said no financial impact. But exhibit B showed the cost is $3,635 for this event. So is it free events or is it actually $3,635? And where are the funds coming from?
I'm double checking that right now, Mr. Rose, so I don't have the answer for you at this moment, but I am double checking as we speak.
And this is for an assembly at Willow Elementary. So we're verifying that it likely is also part of a donation account for that particular site. Is that what we're anticipating?
Okay, I got the response right now from Ms. Berry.
Great.
It was a grant from APU that was deposited into donations for this specific assembly. So there was no financial impact to the district, and it was covered through a grant from APU.
Thank you. No further comment.
And thank you, Ms. Berry. She's probably not watching right now, but wow, that's so expedient. Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you. All right. Additional questions or comments from the board? Okay, seeing no additional discussion, we'll go ahead and call for the vote on item B13. We'll begin with Ms. Suarez.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGuire?
Yes.
Mrs. Flores?
Yes.
And I am also a yes. The item will pass 5-0 with our student representative joining us. That brings us to item B15. Do we have a motion to bring our contract agreement with Purple Easel forward? Moved by Mr. Peterson. Do we have a second? Seconded by Mr. Rose. Actually, I saw his hand out there. Thank you. All right. Any discussion?
Yes. On the exhibit B, once again, I have no problem with it. It says here $28 per painter with the 30 painter minimum requirement. We accept person orders, net 30 terms, cash, check, and credit card payments. I just want to know if we are to accept cash, how would it handle? Make sure that it follow through with the audit reports.
We would not accept cash, so we would go through the purchase order process.
Okay. So we're not going to accept cash and cash.
No, we don't handle cash at the school sites.
So that I can make amendments and have that changed, remove the cash. I can do that.
These are from Prop 28 funds. We don't even have cash in hand per se to hand over to a vendor for this. It must go through the procurement process, and because these are the funds being utilized. My thinking or looking at this exhibit is this is the notes that were inputted by the vendor in describing how they accept various types of payments. We wouldn't accept the other terms. We would simply submit the purchase order, generate the purchase order.
So the vendor is open to receiving payment through various means, including cash or purchase order or any other means, but the district will use a purchase order.
That's correct.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Rose. Any additional comments or questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and call for the vote. We'll begin with Ms. Suarez.
Yes.
Great. Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGuire?
Yes.
Mrs. Flores?
Yes.
And I will also be a yes. That will pass 5-0 with our student representative joining us. That will bring us to, I'll go ahead and make the motion to, in this particular case, I'm actually going to make a motion for item D2 to be tabled to a future meeting. It's my understanding that our district staff has some new developments that may apply to some of the board policy here for second reading. So I will move to table this item to our future board meeting. Do we have a second for that motion? Second by Ms. McGuire, I have. All right. Any discussion or questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote on the tabling of this item to a future board meeting, and we'll begin with Ms. Suarez.
Yes.
Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGuire?
Yes.
Mrs. Flores?
Yes.
And I'm also a yes, so we will move that item to a future board meeting for our second reading of those board policy revisions. Great. That will now bring us to our board comments. We'll go ahead and begin with Mr. Rose.
I have no comment tonight. I'm
Okay.
going to pass.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. Mr. Peterson?
Yeah, I'd like to, Charter Oak lost a very important person over the past week, and I'd like to close the meeting in honor of Heidi Cook. She's been a valuable part of our Charter Oak community for a long time. The family's a very vital part of our community. Mark and Natalie over at the high school. The Cedar Grove family, you know, it's been tough on them and tough on the entire Charter Oak community, but I think it would be a good honor to close the meeting in honor for her and for her family. Let Mark and Natalie know that we have them in our prayers and we're sorry for their loss. Very special woman who's impacted several people here in our district.
Thank you. Noted, Mr. Peterson.
And then to lighter news, it's always good to celebrate the success of our students, not just academically, but our student athletes, our VAPA program, SpongeBob, as Dr. Kim talked about. I'm supposed to be there. Well, my kid's performing. I'm going to miss that one. But all sold out shows, which is phenomenal. The show is entertaining. I used to watch SpongeBob with my younger kids, but I did recognize a few of the characters. But it was very entertaining, but it's just amazing what our students are able to do and the performance they give. Nicole does a fantastic job. And the rest of our VAPA programs, you know, going to Carnegie Hall and singing there in New York. Just the experiences these kids are getting is just phenomenal. And it's beyond the classroom. So congratulations to Danny and the cabinet and all the teachers who are able to provide these opportunities for the kids. It's something that they're going to, once again, remember their entire life. And it's going to make them better for it. Also, congratulations to Matt on the award from CIF. Although I wish that the recognition would be at a Dodger game as opposed to an Angel game. Just saying. I am looking forward to I am looking forward to attending that. But congratulations to him. And then, you know, the national champion cheerleading team, our national champion sports medicine team. There's just champions all over the place. So a lot of good things are happening at Charter Oak. So thank you. That's it, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Mrs. McGuire.
Good evening. That's funny you guys talked about baseball. I went to a Dodger game last night. I don't know what happened, and I left early.
They won.
Did they? It was Jackie Robinson night. So
It was.
Yeah.
Did you get your jersey?
Yes.
Good, great.
My best friend, her uncle is actually Jackie Robinson. My best friend's name is Jasmine Robinson. So we go there to celebrate that. But I, you know, baseball, I don't know.
You're more football.
Yeah, you know.
Coach football.
I'm a Charger fan. What can I say? June 2nd, we have an election here in our community. It's super important. And I know it's primary elections. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, who's going to be the governor? But also, we need to worry about who's going to be the superintendent of public education. So I want to make sure I bring that to everyone's attention, that we have a lot of races we need to pay attention to, and that is one of the more important ones for this room. If you are 16 years old, you can pre-register to vote now. And if you will be 18 by election day, you can actually register to vote, and the ballot will come to your home. Because it's important that we make sure that we take care of that. It's April, so we have our month acknowledgements. We will be celebrating Earth Day this month, and also Arab American Heritage Month. So we want to make sure we say Happy Arab American Heritage Month. And then lastly, we're almost at the end of the school year, which is very exhausting, I know, for the teachers. The kids are tired. The seniors are checked out, and I am experiencing that with my godson right now. So, I'm praying for all the parents and the teachers. We're going to get through prom, and then we are going to get to graduation, and we're going to have a great summer. So I'm just kind of looking forward to that moment because everybody's worn out right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. McGuire. Mrs. Flores.
Audrina, it's good to see you, and thank you for sharing all the great stuff happening at Arrow High School.
Yes, I also wanted to just give recognition to my school as well. It's a small school with small population of kids, but they do such a good job in having us it's very social. It's such a good school. I could proudly say I'm so happy to be there. I
good
just
to hear.
wanted to tell you guys that everyone, the counselors, the principal, Ms. Rigosa, my counselor, Ms. Ramirez, to the staff, Ms. Stephanie, they're all amazing. So I just wanted to give a little recognition to my staff.
Thank you, and we look forward to your graduation. We love
Yes,
you.
I'm super excited for that.
I've not missed a graduation
Yes,
at Arrow High School.
I'm
since-
super excited.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your
Thank
participation.
you for having
so thank
me.
you. A big congratulations to Dr. Simak, who is a leader in his craft. So thank you, Dr. Simak, for all you do. Our food services director is here. Thank you for feeding our kids. I wish I could go eat at the cafeteria at the high school because my niece is always bragging about the food. So thank you for feeding our kids every day. So thank you. And our teachers, we're getting there. It's crunch time. So thank you for all that you do. And some kids that you've seen since, they were 5, they are now graduating, lots of tears. So thank you for all that you do. Also wanted to acknowledge the Cook family and keep them in our thoughts and prayers. They are a great family and just great people. So wanted to also keep them in our hearts and in our thoughts. So that's all for now. Thank you. See you at graduation. We'll see you before, but see you at graduation.
Thank you, Mrs. Flores. Thanks for the glowing reviews, Mr. Peterson of the SpongeBob musical. I'm looking forward to that. I have tickets for tomorrow night, so that'll be my first time. Oh, do you too? Okay, then perhaps I'll see you there. Wonderful. Yeah, that looks like a great time. I did actually grow up watching a little bit of SpongeBob myself, so I'm interested in seeing these characters, brought to life on stage. It'll be a lot of fun. And then I know also in mid-May, I know we will have a meeting just before then, but in mid-May we have some other programs to look forward to. I know there's the choir showcase from both Royal Oak and Charter Oak, as well as concert band and jazz band performances that will be out there. So, take a look at the bulletins and whatnot, and if you're able to attend on those evenings, highly recommend it. Like you said, lots of great programming, and get your tickets. Also looking forward to being at Angel Stadium on Monday evening, honoring Dr. Simak as he receives that amazing recognition. And apparently I'll be joined by Mr. Peterson, I just found out today as well, so that'll be wonderful. I'm going to wear Charter Oak gear. How about that? We'll do that. We'll do that. And then let's see, a few seniors that at least that I can speak for aren't quite checked out yet, I'm thankful to say. We have a few seniors working on a senior symposium project. We have many seniors working on senior symposium projects, but I got reached out to by one particular group, and they're doing a really interesting project looking at research with the use of animals. And I thought that was really amazing, and they reached out and contacted me and did a fun little interview. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what type of work that they put together for us, and that'll be coming up soon at the end of the year as well. And then very excited at Arrow High School to be seeing the students get a chance to go to Disneyland for grad night for a second year in a row. I know we brought that last year. It was fantastic, and I'm glad it went so well. I think that's a wonderful opportunity for all of you guys to celebrate your accomplishments, and we'll see you there as well. With that, we will go ahead and move towards the end of our meeting. And as mentioned by our board, we would like to go ahead and acknowledge the amazing contributions to this district of Miss Heidi Cook. We have all been impacted by her, and many of our students have been impacted, and of course the entire Cook family. So we keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And as also mentioned by Miss Suarez, we did earlier this year lose Miss Stoker as well. So we'd like to go ahead and close our meeting in honor of both Miss Heidi Cook and Miss Stoker. Our future meeting is on May 7th. We do not require any closed session, and we will adjourn our meeting in their honor at 7.